Welcome to downtown Detroit and welcome inside Ford Field. Today we're ready for an entertaining battle. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions.
Right. It's time. Please welcome Dan Campbell and your 2026 Detroit Lions.
Enough build up, the ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And we're off in Detroit. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. And it's going to be the former #1 pick, 11th-year pro quarterback now, climbing the career leaderboards each and every week. Here's Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Got 9 of the 10 with that last grab. Need to get the last yard now on second. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Running for the marker, it's Gibbs. Tackles with what looks to be about 3 yards. That's enough. Fresh set of downs coming their way.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, not for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another one for Gibbs. He hits the lane for about 7. That's going to bring up third down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Goff to the air now. That's complete to St. Brown outright. It's going to be forced out there. Play game's about 7. And that's going to give the Lions the first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Gibbs. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Off play action, Goff. Finds Isaac Tislaw, complete. Brought down after getting his guys about 26 yards. And that's going to be a Lions first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Center of the end zone finds his man. Touchdown Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown finishing off a 9-play scoring drive with 6. All right, partner, 1 drive in, and we can say this guy's been perfect. 4 passes, no incompletions, and that touchdown to end it.
And you and I both know that incompletion will come eventually. It might not arrive for a while, man. That offense was humming on that opening drive, and they can't wait for their second bite.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. They jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Lions 7, Saints nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So now we're going to look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. Bringing them out, the Rookie of the Year runner-up from last season, here is Tyler Shuck.
Kate, it's really obvious. Tyler has nothing to prove about his dedication to the game. And he put his body on the line collegiately. He got that covered across a 7-year career in a couple different stops. Evaluators, they love grip. Tyler's got a lot of it.
He got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Saints first down. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. And you want to get that century mark.
Yeah.
That's a number that running backs are proud of. And stacking runs like that will sure help.
This is Alvin Kamara with it. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Already we're seeing the mind games they can play with personnel. You talk about this all the time, Brock. Looked like a passing set. Left them some room on the ground.
10, 11, heck, even 20 personnel. Doesn't matter. Offensively, you get to dictate the terms. Kind of like those pitchers and catchers that once in a while will pitch backwards. Keep your opponent off guard.
And Shuck's going to have him the first down there as he slides in safely.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
All set to go now from the 35. Shuck with a quick toss out wide. Tried to beat him with a quick pass, but not quick enough. That winds up as a loss.
Over the decades, you want to see elite defenses in the NFL. They have the big people that can run and the little people that will tackle. In that corner, well, he did his job there.
Last catch went the wrong way. It's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Shuck. That's caught by Chris Olave. And not in just yet. They stop him at the 2. That's going to bring up 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Achan goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. 2nd down, here's Shuck. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
The motion a receiver left. Shuck now on 3rd and goal. And get caught by his back. Kamara. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line. Brock, and it sets up 4th and goal.
Back at the 10-yard
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
So the Saints are going to kick a field goal here on 4th down. The Irishman, Charlie Smith, on for the attempt. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Smith able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score, maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Dortch now to return it. Jukes away from one. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
They send a man in motion. Goff back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. First play of the drive, Brock. You always tell me that's always the start of a new battle, and the defense wins round 1 in this series.
Yeah, and this next down kind of sets the table, right? You got to now put yourself in a manageable 3rd down after lack of execution on 1st.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Off to pass now on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. And hit got there quickly.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
That last catch picked up 4, so they're left with 3rd and 6. Goff. It's on target to Williams. He's going to be forced out following a gain of about 10. It is 1st down Detroit.
It just felt like a composure play. Quarterback was calm. Receiver did his job securing the ball, and because of it, those chains are moving.
1st and 10 now from the 46. A give left side for Gibbs. Works his way to the 35. And stopped at the 1. Nice. So they're going to have to get that final yard. They're going to have to earn it. 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 4.
Look at how long he held off that defense before they finally got a hand on him, and they hauled him down.
Breaking out of tackles, sure, that's nice, but avoiding defenders altogether, that's even nicer and easier on the body, and you know his teammates love that breakaway threat.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Gibbs will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Oh, so aggravatingly close to a safety on that one right there, Kate. Just a matter of a foot, and they could have had some points on the board defensively.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. They motion the tight end over. On 2nd down, Goff finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs getting them the lone yard that they needed. You can't blame him for biting on that play action, Brock. Down at the 1-yard line, you're expecting it to be a run, which made that pass play the perfect call.
Show those defenders what they want to see, what they're expecting to see, so when they give them that good old run fake and pull it back, well, it is touchdown offense.
Bates now for the point after. Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut. And lead up to a much more comfortable 11 points now.
Saints 3.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Brown with a return here. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Saints offense headed back to work, Brock. Let's take a look at their offensive coordinator there, Doug Nussmeier. And it's a chance for Nussmeier to face the team who picked him in the 4th round back in that 1994 draft. Spent 4 seasons with these Saints. Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. We'll start this drive with Achane. And the stop is made. 1st down coming up. It's a gain of 11.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
We've set it down from 37. Shuck's going to throw here. All the left side. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like about 11 yards. And that is going to give the Saints a 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. We put a receiver in motion left. Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. They go play action. It's Shuck. Connection is made to Travis Achane. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And not going to get a snap here. We have arrived at our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Ford Field on its way. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the 1st.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throwing on 2nd, Shuck. Caught into the hands of the rookie from Arizona State. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing, Shuck. That's caught right side by Tyson. Very close to earning that 1st down right there. Just shy of the marker before he headed out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
So they sent it to a second set of eyes in New York, and the call on the field is confirmed. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Pistol snap here to Shuck. We'll drop this down to Achan. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left at this half.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Shot to throw. Screen here for Kamara. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3. A timeout taken here by the Lions. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Back to the 3 after that last play. It's 3rd and goal. Shuck. Here's a screen for Achan. And this is going to end behind the line. A great stop down in close. Let's see if they want to risk it now on 4th and goal.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
So the Saints are going to kick a field goal here on 4th down. The Irishman, Charlie Smith, on for the attempt. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive, paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. This is going to be good for a new set of downs. In the end, about 16 yards on that play. So a 1-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scotch. Welcome back, everyone, for the 3rd quarter. Had a 1-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Brown with a return here. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Saints offense ready to start this 3rd quarter. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Escapes a defender. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain.
He's brought down by Derek Moore. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Got 4 on the completion, so still 6 ahead of him on 2nd down. Now Shuck to throw. And it's off his hands and incomplete. So an opportunity unfulfilled on that 2nd down. That means it's third down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. They got a man open to beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
To the air on third and long. He had it for a moment, but a well-timed hit knocks it out. Quickly coming out of the locker room now, partner. This defense is forced to fourth down. Well, they're caught in that vicious cycle, Brock. They're losing partially because of the struggles they've had throwing the ball, but because they are losing, they got to keep throwing it and risking these contested lanes.
I've said to you once, I've said to you a million times, coordinator's job is to get you open, right? My job is to get you a one-on-one, and your job
Is to win.
and they're not doing it.
Takes it in at the 21. He dodged the tackle. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. First down now, ball at the 33. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Finds Gibbs out of the backfield. And looks like about 4 yards on that first down play, Brock, before he steps out.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
This is Gibbs on second down. It looks like he gained about 3 yards. It's also going to bring up third down.
Nathan Shepard brought him down. It's a gain of 3. Brings up third and 2.
Motioning the tight end now. Goff now on third down. Pass is brought in by Laporta. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A gain of 15 there. And that is good for a Detroit first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 from the 43. Goff off the play action. What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. And it's going to be 2nd and 16 now coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
A second down throw from Goff. Complete left side. It's just long. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Play action here with Goff. Able to find right. And he'll get this forward to about the 28. That was Martin Emerson with a stop that time.
That's good tight coverage right there defensively, but even a better throw on the play. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet. I say to you all the time, Kate, completions, completions, completions.
Picked up a few on that first down play, so now we've got 2nd and 7. Gibbs now from the gun. And they are going to have to face a third down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7. Just continuing to grind him down, Brock. That is exactly what you want to do with a lead like this in the second half. You want long, sustained drives.
Because it really serves two purposes, right, Kate? Number one, it helps you build, hopefully, some points on that board. But just as importantly, you're playing keep away, and that other side's not getting to touch the rock.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going for it himself. And Goff finds the field on a slide after finding enough for the first. Now after that snap, there's an injured Lion still out there. We'll get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. In off to Gibbs from the gun. And not much more there. He's down to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Goff. Brought in. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Now bring a tight end in motion right. Off play action. Goff. Catch made left side by Laporta. And some good running after the catch. He's able to turn that into a big 7 on 1st.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Gibbs goes up and over for the touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Bates now for the point after. Sent right down the middle and good. They add another to their lead.
21, Saints 6.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Saints come marching onto the field. And what's really been simply stunning, Brock, is how far we've made it into the game, and their passing game, it is still grounded.
Yeah, so as they're sitting here losing right now, what I hear you saying, Kate, is it's time for this offense to take flight?
Back to throw. Shuck. Goes right downfield to Olave. And a big chunk picked up on that play. Over 20, and it gets him the first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They run the counter to H.M. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Run down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
And we won't have another snap. That is the end of our 3rd quarter. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. All right, we're back, Brock, and it is second down as we kick off our final quarter. Sharp looking to pass here. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. So the frustration spilling over a little bit on that play, Brock, choosing to just get rid of it, even though we did have a receiver in the area.
Yeah, I think that's right. You know, I'll co-sign on that. Frustrating. It's just been that kind of ball game, just not in any rhythm. Really, the defense dictating so much.
Third and long for him here. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up fourth down.
One score is just, well, it's not going to be enough. I think we can look at the scoreboard and know that. So the pace is going to pick up, and I think you're going to see more and more of those shots deep down the field, Kate.
Down in the fourth, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, says you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. And a good gain here, 11 yards it looks like. That's going to pick up the first.
Kind of just feel it, don't you? Trying to close out this game, just keep leaning on that somebody who has produced and made the most of every one of his touches throughout.
First and 10 from the 32. Again, it's Gibbs. Taken down after a quality gain, though, 15 yards. And that's going to give the Lions the first down.
In this ground game, Kate, have seen such a steady dose of work. And what you hope is all of those body blows throughout can lead to a knockout punch like that.
Offense getting set. Here's first and 10. From the red zone now. And some good running after the catch. He's able to turn that into a gain of 7 on first.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Second and 3 now. Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
That's complete to Sloan. His drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on third down. They've got themselves a first and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. And in the middle of all that chaos and traffic, look at that. It was their safety who ran in to clean that up.
Yeah, with their size and where they come from on the field, it's pretty cool. They love those opportunities to blitz, kind of hide behind their defenders and their peers, and then go finish the tackle.
Gibbs again. And he's not going to score. He stopped short and actually might have lost a couple back at the 2. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
They'll run. It's Gibbs. And this might be the one that puts it away. Touchdown, Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs second of this game on the ground.
We've seen all game long how difficult it has been for this defense to try to contain this guy. Not only through the air, now 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's just been a difference maker.
Bates now for the point after. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And they stretch their lead to 22.
Saints 6.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. To throw, Shuck. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, and that brings up 2nd down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Shuck's going to throw here. That's caught right side by Tyson. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Throw here, 3rd down. And he's going down. They make the play at the 11. Tyleek Williams. And that's going to make it 4th and 18. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Saints hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Here comes the Saints punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. The Lions and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's Gibbs on the carry. And he couldn't quite break it. Still a 5-yard gain, though. 3rd down. Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it can be super complex. Yeah. You get into a lot of language and a lot of detail, and then other times, like, just run away from the blitz. Just run away from it, and good things can happen.
Goff back to throw. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Saints get to it. They had a nice chunk after that recovery, and they're going to take over inside the red zone.
It's quarterback's living nightmare and a defender's dream right there. Not just to get the sack and get home, a sack fumble, that's what these defenders live for.
As the Saints get set for another drive, let's take a look at Kelvin Shepard, the Lions defensive coordinator. Shepard actually played the last of his 8 NFL seasons as a linebacker in Detroit, rejoined the team as a coach just 3 years later, and rose to his current role in 2025. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Chuck to throw. Finds his back, H-hand. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
Number 3. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 8-yard line.
So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.